Hello everyone, and I'm the writer, and I have no words to describe the nonsense this show is, but here we are. To be honest, I like this. This is my guilty pleasure. A magical girl show, and an idiot clearly in over his head, and he's a normal teenager. Again, this show is going through a renaissance of sorts right now, and I have no clue why. The best I can come up with is that Ben Schwartz, being insanely popular for voicing Sonic the Hedgehog, launched this, but I don't know. Or maybe it's because Kick Buttowski got a third season, and fans of this show now want that, and to be honest, I do too. There is something here, and it has a charm to it. The humor and style, the characters, it's great and consistent, and finished the main goal of the first 2 seasons. There is something here, and I definitely think it should get another season of sorts. Rules. So, I don't know where to start with this, but I will keep some rules in mind as I write this and speak it, because who knows, maybe when I say something, it'll be cool. So most of the rules that you see on here will definitely be in caps, so I will keep the episodes in a 15-minute format. Randy should appear. I'll keep the cast the same, but who knows, maybe they could add or subtract someone, that'd be fine. The Sorcerer will not return as a major character in the newer ones, but I'll break that rule a little later. Just a personal note, do not change this animation. This is amazing. I love it. It's sharp, it's clear, it's good. Don't change it. Also, this is just my ideas. I know there are a lot of fans out there who have their own ideas of how this series could end and go, and to be honest, keep them. I like reading them. They're awesome. Again, variety is the spice of life, as we should take. And if you have ideas too, just suggest it in the comments. Let's just be civil and have fun. Don't get each other's throats. And lastly, if anyone from the show is watching this, and for some reason you like my ideas, please take it. I just want more content of this show. It's really, really good. I will also say this, I have made a Tumblr post about this with my script because I couldn't make this video at the time, so if you don't want to listen to my voice, I will link it in the description below where you can just read the script. I have one new feature from it that I added into the video, but it's not that big of a deal, I'll probably update it anyway. So yeah, if you just want the script and don't want to hear me, it's on Tumblr. Go ahead and read it. I won't be offended. I completely understand. My voice can be annoying. A few other things like to note, you won't see any of the clips of the show because I did get in trouble with Disney for a copyright thing, and I'd rather not get my channel taken down. Same with Nintendo, so again, there you won't see any clips, you'll just see these pictures and slides and all that, because I'm a low budget person, and this is all only do with just one person. But here are some assumptions I will make about this show if we get another one. First off, I think Randy and his classmates should be juniors if we pick this up. 1, to reflect that your cast is aging, and 2, like your audience is aged up too. I think that'd be a good idea. The other reason I believe this too is that in season 1 he's doing biology, and in season 2 he has a chem book, and this is clearly based off the North American schooling system where a freshman in high school you would take biology, and then as a sophomore you would take chemistry. I also believe 2 seasons would be the best way to wrap this up, kind of similar to how Kim Possible went. She had a season for each year of high school. You could do that with Randy, I think. Season 3 is junior year, season 4 is your, senior year, sorry. Also give them new clothes. I know they do design a lot of clothes. I know that's really hard, but I think a new set of clothing would definitely reflect the passage of time. I think that'd be cool to see, and get them new styles. Also, I think this should just be released all in one go. You don't need to do like a weekly thing, and I think it would be better. Like with Star Wars Visions, they just released it all at once. You could do that with this show too. And with that, let's get started. So remember I said we shouldn't have the Sorcerer? Well, here's where I break that rule a bit, and I think the best way to catch everyone up and to start off the 3rd season and lead it off well would to have like a 2-part special about the Sorcerer. Granted, we already know like he was a peddler and he picked up the ball and became the Sorcerer, but I feel like there's more to it than that. Also, his relationship to the first ninja and how they fought would be an interesting thing to explore. You could even start off the season with Randy in his new house and reading this from the book, which would be a very good idea to start us off with, because again, we get to see his new house too, because he moved in season 2. And I think this would also lead into the Sorceress nicely and set her up as the next main antagonist, which I know most of us really, really want. She got out of the Land of Shadows before, she can do it again, I believe in her. And this could be a 2-part special. Again, get the audience caught up, get your fans caught up, and you can even have the first one and Plop Plop show up again, because we all love them equally. I would be for it. The Sorcerer's return. Again, she got out before, she can get out again. Also, I think this would be an interesting parallel for Randy. Look, we all know Theresa was supposed to be his love interest, but I can definitely see her becoming a tri-protagonist to Randy and Howard. And that's not a bad thing. Danny Phantom did this, and I'm currently watching that, and it's pretty great. Heck, Kingdom Hearts exists, so it can work. I think she'd be spunky enough to join them. but I'll talk about her in a later section. As for the sorceress, she could return to try and steal energy from others, and really go after Randy when she discovers he made the sorcerer turn good and gain peace. Heck, she can even take on different forms in the school and hang around there. She could also turn Howard and Randy, two characters who haven't had evil forms more or less, appear. It would be interesting to see, and I would love to see how they would handle this new villain. Well, not really new, but you get what I mean. The book, or his father, or whatever the frick this is. Look, I know we all love the 800-year-old book, but I want an episode on it. It's clearly sentient, it reacts to Randy and the situation he's in. I just want to know what the frick this is. It also created an evil version of himself and has done so many things that I just want an explanation. This can be 15 minutes too, and to tie in this, we can even get a second part of it in the book's perspective. I will be honest, I thought we would have an episode where we see things in the book's point of view. I'm surprised we never did that. I would love to see how the book sees Randy's situation and reacts to it. We could even have the first one and the sidekick appearing. Honestly, that would just be golden. Just, what is this book? I have so many questions. Just answer them, please. Theresa being a protagonist. I believe she was going to have a bigger role in the next season since she was featured in the finale-ish. I know I'm grasping at straws, but I can see her becoming one. She does open a lot of potential storylines for the series too. I feel like her and the sorcerer would be an interesting parallel. We don't know much about the sorcerer's relationship to the sorcerer other than they love to cause chaos together. But considering how she manipulates boys to do her bidding and earn her affection, I don't know how long that relationship would have lasted. As for Theresa, she's... Oh my god, not Theresa. I'm Filipino, so we say Teresa, but it's Theresa. She likes Randy for who he is and what he does. She doesn't want him to change and wants him to be who he is. There's a little deleted moments throughout the storyboards where we see her reacting to what he does, which is a travesty they cut that. Really recommend it, it's cute. And I like that she's confident and does love Randy and goes for it, even though we don't know why she loves him. Really want that backstory. Anyway, with her, you can do plot lines that involve her finding out who he is. Maybe she gets a turn with the suit, like how Howard did. She can get sucked into the book as well. I want her relationship with Debbie and Heidi explored personally. Heck, maybe something with the cheer team and the monster club. And honestly, that would be all interesting episodes. She would be a calmer version of Sam from Danny Fandom, but still have a lot of smuggling to go on those adventures. Randy's parents. Look, I know this show's done fine without his parents, but I think it'd be nice to just see them. We know he has a mother who comes and goes. She probably has a job. We know he has a father. Well, at least the wiki states so. I know we all don't agree, which I completely agree with. But where are they? What do they do? Like, he does have a good relationship with both since they gave him a curfew and let him do what he wants, but they will ground him if he breaks it or breaks rules, as we clearly see in the episode where Heidi almost got in trouble. Honestly, I just would like to see them. They don't have to be permanent characters like in how in Phineas and Ferb, they were just kind of there and had some episodes about them. And I think we would see the mother first, because she seems to be aware of her son and what he's doing. I also believe that she knows her son's the ninja, because let's be honest, he does a terrible job of keeping that secret sometimes. But I can see her being supportive of her son in this. As for the father, whatever the other parent is, I don't know. You can do whatever you want, really. I just want to see them. Again, you can do like one 15-minute episode about his mother and then the second one about the other parent figure, and you could just have them appear here and there. They don't have to be main characters, but they should just be there on and off, and I think that would be funny. Prom. This is one of the highlights of high school. I said one, not all of the highlights of high school. Do not worry. I can see this being a huge shipping moment for Randy and Theresa, and technically Howard and Debbie too, since Howard kind of has an interest in her, which... How did that happen? Everyone in the series is more on sexual. Anyway, it could either be that, or Randy and Howard just mess up everyone else's prom, which is also very likely to happen when I think about it. I feel like this would be an episode where something plot important would happen too, along with the cute shipping moments if I get any. I am desperate. I will be fine if we got some, but it's prom. Let them have a dance. Just a dance. Also, you could parallel this with the Ninja of 85. I could see that being a thing. Hopefully he'll still get a dance, but I feel like she'd be understanding. She'd be like, yeah, I get it. You were being a hero. It's fine. We can have like a dance later. And he's like, thank you so much and all that. I don't know. Either way, I just think a prom episode would be fantastic. And the end of season 3. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how this will end. I hope it ends in a similar fashion how Howard helps him defeat his enemies, mainly the sorcerer, but with Theresa too. Yes, if it isn't obvious enough, I love them, they're cute together. I think they would be fitting to end the sorceress together by being defeated by their version of love, I guess. I don't know. I know romance isn't the point of a show, but I think it would be funny and sweet. At the same time, I don't know how many people would be okay with that. I think it would work as a way to parallel how Randy and Howard did work together to sort of stop evil Julian, but I don't know. I think the sorceress will get a happy ending or like find peace, because many of the enemies he's fought found peace of some sort. It's just questionable, but it's a thing. I think it'll be like similar to the sorcerer. Maybe she'll find her own version of love or something. I have no clue, but again, she'll get like a peaceful ending, I guess. That's not a bad lesson either. Everyone deserves a happy ending, as long as it doesn't hurt others, I guess. Now, to start off Season 4, I think Viceroy deserves to be the final main antagonist. The past seasons are literally a villain origin story if I ever saw one forming, besides Harry Osborn. This way, like, the way his boss treats him is unbelievable. Like, I'm surprised you haven't started a coup, buddy. He can do it. He's evil enough to. But also, he is redeemable too. I don't think he would be like the sorcerer, but just something else. Like, to defeat him, he needs an apology, and it's actually heartfelt. Again, this scientist is one bad day away from being a villain, and we've seen it throughout the show too. If anything precious to him is lost, he will destroy a city for it. All I'm saying is, this man did see where the Chaos Purse fell, and he would be able to figure out how to use it. I think he would be a great final villain. So their past. We know McFist and the Ninja of 85 had a past together, and that his wife was a daycare worker, but how did he and Viceroy meet? What did Viceroy get out of this? Seriously, why do you bother to work for the worst person in the universe? What do you gain? Just tell me! Also, yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole wealthy man, but how did he lose an arm and then give it a brain? That's a story, right? That's literally a story! But mainly I want Viceroy, I really do. Sure, Evil College School was cool, but how did you meet this terrible person? How? Okay, so the book has 8 chapters, and you could technically do that as like an arc in the series. Like, I don't know if any of you have watched this, but in Ultimate Spider-Man, he does like a Spider-Verse arc twice, and it's pretty cool. You could do that with this show too, but with ninjas instead. I think it would be nice to see him team up with the first one again, and maybe meet the ninja who's basically Kronk, and reminds me of Kim Possible's principal, so there's also that. I think it would be cool for Randy to see other notable ninjas in a Spider-Verse kind of style, maybe with time travel or something happened in that book. I don't know. This book's been alive for 800 years. I want to see more of them. Show them it to me. I think it would work. This could also help them revisit old concepts, or even help him finish his training with the last 8 chapters, since this kid is the chosen one, which is insane. I also don't know who decided that, but alright. I think it would work too to show each ninja helping him learn the last 8 chapters. I think it would be an interesting way to go about this season, since Viceroy does feel like a bigger threat than everything else he's faced. The Creeper and Swordsmith and a few other loose ends, I guess. Going to be entirely honest, I think Randy would keep his memory of the book and being the ninja. I personally believe there are some people who have kept their memory of being it. I can definitely see him being one of them. Heck, maybe the Creeper will give him the book and the mask and become the Guardian. I really don't know. But I also feel like Randy could go off to college. Not the point. The Creeper has appeared in almost a lot of episodes just standing there and looking out for him. And I'm pretty sure it's a failsafe in case Randy ever goes rogue or something, which is a good idea to have. And Swordsmith clearly knows a lot about the ninja too. He's the freaking blacksmith. I don't know. And I think there's a path between the two of them, but I would just love to see an episode on the backstory. They're both very interesting characters, and I think it would be cool to see. And maybe have them team up to help him? I don't know. There's potential in that, and that's what I love about it. Just flesh it out. Tengu's past and other interesting powers. If you pay attention to the episode where the Tengu debuts and Randy beats the slot out of it to an extent, you see other animals, mainly Japanese ghosts, I forget what they're called at the moment, appear from it. There's a dragon, a fish, someone pointed out maybe like a tiger of sorts. I have to double check. But it's interesting to me that there are other animals and other gods that have made up this book. And there is a cold form that was released in the game only, so you could tie that into this. And also, the fireball is unique to Randy, right? Unless every other ninja's broken the stone at one point to get that power, which I hope to God not. And I just want to know how that works. Why that stone? Again, that's such an interesting lore concept they have. And they could even bring back other features and scrap content. We've seen like storyboards and all of that, and I think it would be just so cool. I personally want them to summon the Tengu or any other monsters and enemies like a persona, but I'm sorry, I'm a video game nerd first. What do you expect from me? I think that'd be cool. Anyway, how to end Season 4? I think it would just go downhill. It would just be awesome. So, first off, if anyone's going to reveal this kid's identity, it's Viceroy. We've seen throughout the series he's been the closest, besides Debbie. Anyway, this would be a 4-part ending too. I can see Viceroy revealing Randy's identity in the first part of the finale, then having to deal with that. Also, magic and machines are not a combination you want to fight. That would definitely overwhelm Randy. However, I think the final would be in 4 parts, and Howard and Theresa would do something to help him with the Creeper too. So again, for the first 2-part episodes, I can see Viceroy revealing who Randy is to everyone as he goes mad with power and trying to destroy the world. Heck, maybe he even damages or destroys the Nomicon. There's your angst for anyone who ships Randy with that book or sees him as a father figure. As for how Howard and Theresa could help, I could see them picking Randy up and helping him through the pain of losing the book and possibly dooming their town. But I can also see them as a similar fashion to how MJ and Ned from Spider-Man have helped Peter Parker fight his foes. The fight scene I imagine is that I can see Theresa stealing the Chaos Pearls as Howard destroys the machines, because he has been capable of destroying a lot of machines, so it's working. It could work. I also imagine Randy not being there at that fight because he feels like a failure and beating himself over the mess. Then the Creeper comes in and helps Randy back up to his feet to fight Viceroy. I think this would snap Randy out and back to helping and saving the town, and I think the best way to do it is have Howard and Theresa in danger. And then he saves them, thanks his friends, and then goes back to fighting Viceroy. The second 2-part episode, it can be Randy fighting Viceroy, and doing this, he realizes his power isn't enough. Randy realizes he has to get McFist to help him apologize to Viceroy. Of course, he trusts Theresa and Howard to go get McFist and bring him here to give the apology. As for Randy, he gets to use all the powers of the previous ninjas and the last 8 chapters to stop Viceroy. I can see him using their skills and abilities to get the Chaos Pearls away from Viceroy, but without the magic, Viceroy is pretty much a threat still and uses his machines. He effortlessly beats Randy because, again, engineers are smart, probably programmed his machines to handle the fight against Randy. So just as Randy is getting beaten to the ground like the bajillion times he has already, Howard and Theresa arrive with the McFist, oh my god, who does genuinely apologize to Viceroy for whatever he's done. Viceroy calms down, and Randy destroys the machine to then destroying the Chaos Pearls once and for all somehow. Afterwards, Viceroy and McFist make up, and then the scene changes to them about to graduate from high school. I could see the 3 of them preparing to get mind wiped, but I also don't. I think the Creeper could mind wipe them if he wanted to, but I could also see him giving Randy the book en masse, saying something along the lines of, "My time is done, your turn." I can see Randy hang on to it, but I can also see him heading off to college or doing something else. I think both endings work, but it also depends on what you want to do or what you want to conclude. Maybe the Creeper will stay and watch the book in the mask still, but I don't think Randy's going to lose his memory by the end of this series. I can also imagine the ending scene where a new ninja's watching over the school and fighting evil as Randy looks from a distance, smiling, proud, and content. To be honest, I have no clue how this ends, so again, go nuts with it. It has a limitless ending potential, and that's insane. But also, you could build this off to have him go on another adventure, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty good that you have an open-ended series you could do. Okay, so here's the part of the video where I just kind of thought of a few episodes idea that would just be funny to see. For one, an episode where Bash just leaves and everyone throws a party in the school. I think that would just be hilarious until the book snaps Randy out of it to teach him a lesson. As for the ending, Bash doesn't leave. Or maybe he does because he graduates. I don't know. Someone came up with a better reason. Or maybe he just doesn't leave. I think that's how it's gonna go. They just interpreted it wrong. He goes on vacation or something, but then he comes back. And also, I would just love to see Bucky celebrating. Oh my god, I'm free of my bully. Yay! I don't know. I think it'd just be a funny episode in general. Dear Nomicon. Okay, there's a bit of a funny reason why I titled it like this, but one, I thought he was gonna write stuff in the book, because I never saw season 2 and I barely got through the first season when I was a kid, so I didn't know this had a second season. But I thought he was gonna write stuff in the book, similar to how Twilight Sparkle writes to Princess Celestia. I think it would be, one, a great way to show he's maturing and learning lessons and heck, writing it down for future ninjas to use. But I think they can't do this because it's a copyright nightmare, I imagine. I don't know, but I think it would be funny if he had an episode where he goes, "Dear Nomicon, today I learned not to do this stupid thing." To which the book replies, with the first ninja right next to him, thinking, "I can't believe you needed to learn that lesson, but I'm grateful you did, I guess." Okay, Mirandi, this is the episode that makes me question so many things about the book. That and the episode where the book is in the locker and it jumps out to hug him or something. It's just, what is the book and what is this thing? For the small time that he was out and in the series, he caused enough chaos. And this makes it better when you realize the person just watching him and okayed this. There's potential with this. And what even is he? He came from the book and has a Boston accent. I just have so many questions about this being. So in conclusion, make a 2-part special and bring this psychopath back. I want it. So, I know crossover episodes haven't been a thing since forever. Like, if you're an early 2000s kid, you know what I'm talking about. When, like, Billy and Mandy crossed over with Kids Next Door. Heck, look at Lilo instead. She met Kim, Penny, Jake. I miss crossover episodes. I really, really do. But I feel like this one would have happened. There were hints to the both of them in the Disney XD games or whatever that they know each other and they're pretty good pals. And I think that's interesting. For one, I see Star and Rand just being best pals. Frick, they both remind me of magical girls. One was clearly based off it, and the other one got a transformation. Yeah. Also, Marco just freaking out 24/7. I want that. I need that. Also, karate and ninjas. Heck yeah. I don't know about Howard. I feel like he just give up. Like, magic's here, dimensions. What the frick is even my life? Again, this would be just a fun episode. And if you get both casts to come back and do this, I would be for it. I don't know if they can, so this is probably least likely to happen, but I think it would be fun to see. So, this was a video, and at the point in this video, it's like 21 minutes and one of the longest things I have ever made for my channel and in general, and I'm not really sure where this came from, and this kind of has nothing to do with the contents to an extent. I just thought of this and haven't stopped since. I like this show. It is a lot of fun. There are some moments that make me roll my eyes, but I also have to remember this is for kids. But then again, you can show that this did mature with your audience, because again, a lot of younger fans who grew up with this are seeing it again now, and they would really like to see this come back. And again, I'm pretty sure everyone has their own versions of how they want this to end. This was just my idea for the fun of it. Again, this was all for fun. You can share your ideas down below if you want. And, well, that's it for this video. Again, if you really just want to laugh and see some good lore and content and beautiful animation and details, this show has it. It really does. I'll make a review video on this later, but for now, that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.